If you're an average young adult, you probably spend 7 hours looking at a screen just for leisure. With about 8 hours spent sleeping, almost half of the rest of your day is spent glued to a screen, and that's not even for things like work. Personally, the more time I spend just in bed or lounging around watching YouTube videos that I'll probably forget about in the next couple days, the worse I'll feel. When I have a bad day, the solution is really simple. Use my phone less, go out to meet my friends more, exercise more, and meditate more. So for the next 7 days, I challenge myself to really cut down heavily on my screen time culprits. And in my case, that's going to be YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, and anime. And here's what a typical day looks like for me. I get home at about 5:15 p.m. and I resist the urge of crawling into my bed out of fatigue. And to do that, I first drink a protein shake so that if I fall asleep, at least I'll have to get up to use the bathroom. And before I hit the gym, I always tell myself that I'll allow at least a couple of YouTube videos before I hit the gym. But what should be 30 minutes often ends up at least being an hour or two. After about an hour at the gym, I return home and I have dinner. While I have dinner, I usually watch a YouTube video or watch anime just to kind of preoccupy my mind. And even after dinner, like when I'm doing the dishes or brushing my teeth, I'll have my laptop or my phone like propped up next to me or in front of me, and I'll watch the dishes or brush my teeth while watching videos. And this adds up to about 4 or 5 hours of screen time, and it always leaves me feeling like crap. But I always do it, again and again and again. So this is why I really need to challenge myself in this video. Now imagine having a meal without watching a video, or going to the bathroom without bringing your phone. And I've done this multiple times during retreats or during self-imposed retreats at home, but after work, when I'm tired, when my brain just needs to rest, resisting my phone just gets that much harder. Surprisingly though, the first day wasn't too bad. I meditated, listened to a podcast during meals, and by 9:45 p.m. I managed to cook, clean, take out the trash, and write a YouTube script. No random videos, no sluggishness, no nap, just productivity. And on day 2, I noticed that my hands were just really itchy. I constantly took out my phone, checked YouTube, checked Instagram, even though they were blocked. And so I just checked them for no reason and just out of habit. I eventually ended up clicking on random apps instead of Instagram and YouTube, like just checking my bank account balance and just checking random ass apps that I have on my phone that I never used before. But that didn't take too much of my time, and I felt much more energized and motivated to do things overall, so it was still a success on day 2. For the third day, I kind of felt more in control, and there were a couple of anime episodes that just came out, and I thought that I had the discipline to just watch those 2 episodes and just cut my screen time there. And I was successful. I watched 2 episodes, I cut it there, and I felt great. And I stumbled upon this realization that consuming content in moderation is really beneficial for us, and it's actually more enjoyable as well. Like if you actually think about it, does using your phone for more than 4 hours a day actually add value to your life? Like, we scroll on social media endlessly and we watch our friends' stories like every 10 seconds. Is there really a point to all of that, or is it just because we're trapped in this habit and that we can't get out of? For day 4, it was Friday, so I indulged in YouTube for a little bit. I did use a plugin to empty my home screen and empty the recommendations when I'm watching a video. And I did end up spending about 2 hours on YouTube, which did derail my work a little bit, but I had a kind of long week at work. It was Friday. I think a break was acceptable. And this was when I started to notice that my sleep improved. I didn't need to watch a video to fall asleep, and it was deeper, it was more restful. I woke up feeling more alert and energized. So yeah, it's a great take moving forward. And so for day 5, it was Saturday, and I played football or soccer in the morning, and that drained my energy like crazy. I got home, I didn't have energy to like meditate or do chores and stuff. So I did succumb to the allure of my phone. And I did hit a weekly high of 3 hours and 47 minutes, which is still a little bit lower than my usual average. But I could tell on that day, I felt a little bit worse than the previous 4 days. For day 6 on Sunday, it was mostly screen-free. Most of my screen time was spent on the phone, just calling my friend. We were watching the Chelsea City game together, and then I spent the rest of my day out in person with my other friends. And yeah, it really felt a lot more meaningful. I felt more present and engaged. I didn't have to think about checking YouTube or Instagram like while I was with them, which was a nice feeling. And on day 7, it was a Monday, and I slipped up. So my total screen time for my phone ended up being 6 hours 50 minutes. But yeah, I did slip up a little bit. I watched a lot of YouTube. I think that was about 3 or 4 hours. Yikes. But you know, for once a week, I think indulging on your phone is understandable and acceptable as well. But really, I think going through this 7-day project, I really experienced a clear difference when I was not using my phone. It's clear that cutting your screen time leads to more productivity, but also more enjoyment in life. Like, you sleep better, you feel more productive, you feel more energized, you feel more like present. Setting hard boundaries on some days and extending the periods of your screen-free time, it can be a game changer for your life. And I'll definitely set some restrictions next week that are a bit more realistic, something that's sustainable and something that I can do long term. But yeah, if you've ever wanted to cut down your screen time, then I highly suggest you do it. You can do it, and you just have to take the first step and really make it a routine. Hopefully we can do that together. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and see you on the next one.